has to do with golf, and not only golf, but all the other sports here in the country. Let's talk about a different sport altogether, and that is football. Harambee Stars, yesterday, they were in action. Talk about Comoros. They went for a friendly, and there is a lot of buzz in regards to that fixture where Kenya were held against Comoros 2-2. And you talk about Comoros, and a lot of other people are wondering why did Kenya go to play Comoros, a low-ranked team, and we were held. Different talks. Others are saying that the results were positive. Others are criticizing that result. Others are saying that we have a reason to boast. But not everybody is happy after that result, which was a draw. And let's just take a look what transpired. The two goals that were scored in that tie. You talk about that result, and a lot of people have been talking about that result. And one of the persons that have been talking about that result is Gor Mahia tactician Dylan Kerr. And in one of the tweets from Dylan Kerr, this is what he had to say. He said that, so glad to hear that Harambee Stars have never lost to that footballing giants of Comoros. Brazil, Germany, Spain must be really worried. You talk about that, and Waswahili wanasema hiyo ni kejeli. What's your take?
He's being sarcastic there. Typical Englishman. Sarcasm is part of the English vocabulary. And what he's trying to say, really, is what a lot of us are saying. We need to take FIFA international friendlies much more serious. We need to play with teams that are World Cup bound. If we get beaten, fair enough. It's part of the learning curve. We'll learn from that beating and put ourselves in better stead going forward. But when you play a team like Comoros, I can't even tell you one footballer who plays for Comoros, to be honest. And I'm seated here on a sports show on national television. It's a joke. We draw with them 2-2. Fine, well and good. But it's a joke. We should be talking of playing teams like Ghana, Algeria, Egypt. I know they probably wouldn't derive a lot of pride in playing a team like Kenya that doesn't even qualify for the African Cup of Nations. But you see, that's their problem. That's not our problem. Our problem is we need to play such teams going forward.
Let's see that tweet again from Dylan Kerr.
Yes.
And in your assessment, because he is a coach, he knows what Kenyans need to do. He has been talking about how we have poor facilities here in the country. He's been talking about how bad the state of soccer is in the country. But do you think that people need to take this one single tweet seriously, maybe?
They should. The other day I was communicating with him on Twitter, even though we don't know one another, but Twitter is a place where strangers become friends. And we were talking about Gor Mahia's performance in Tunisia, last week or last Sunday, I think it was. And our boys played well. But the problem is there was a lot of crowd trouble. There was a lot of even allegations of plastic missiles being thrown onto the pitch. And Kerr said that in under serious federations, a team like L'Espérance of Tunis would have actually found themselves in a red corner in terms of facing serious disciplinary measures for lack of enforcement of crowd control. And you can see the guy is actually very active on Twitter. It's a good thing when you have such a guy active on Twitter. He should be taken seriously. He's grown up in a country that takes sports seriously, a country that has turned sportsmen into pound millionaires, not dollar millionaires, pound millionaires. And looking at Harambee Stars playing against Comoros there, I don't know whether you saw that goal that was scored by Comoros that we've just watched in that clip there. Those were 10 actual passes without a single interception by Harambee Stars, a national team. Comoros passed the ball 10 times, and the last man, the 10th man, actually scored. The 10 passes, and not a single Harambee Stars midfielder, not a single Harambee Stars defender intercepting, putting his body along the line of duty. Nothing. That's Comoros, my dear friend. And we're joking. That's a tweet that should be taken very, very seriously. But do we take things seriously in Kenya? I don't think so.
You also tweet about a star player, Francis Kahata. He's a talent, and maybe Kahata has a lot to offer for maybe the national team and also for his club.
You know, Kahata scored the first free kick I saw a Harambee Stars player score in a long, long time. But we need to actually take our footballers more seriously. I was talking about attitude. Our attitude is wrong. And you see, the Gor Mahia coach there, his tweet comes down to one thing: our attitude towards sports, our attitude towards our players. We're not taking our players seriously enough. Why should we have them play against Comoros? Someone like Kahata has a lot of talent. And it's not just Kahata. Victor Wanyama came to our rescue yesterday. What if he didn't come to our rescue? You see, we're in a shambles. We're in a state of despair. But I still insist that it's better we play a bigger team that will whip us proper, and then perhaps we can get to our senses. You see, there's a lot of politics when Harambee Stars is playing a team like Comoros. Why? Because the politics around it is that let Harambee Stars play a team like Comoros so that perhaps our FIFA rankings can improve next time FIFA do their rankings and make them public. But that's not the way to go. Why have a better FIFA ranking and yet you're a joke of a team? Why not play a serious team that will make you go back to the drawing board with poor FIFA rankings and all that? And then we can take our national team seriously and our national sport seriously. I know a lot of people out there think athletics is our national sport. No, it's not. It's football. Football is our staple sport. But we have used and abused it over the years. Look where we are now.
Let me not ask you to say anything about one man Okumbi, because he's the man in charge of that team. You're always one of his critics. But I know a lot is expected, actually, from Harambee Stars. From there, they also have another friendly, but we just wait and see. Maybe the results might come the Kenyan way. But a 2-all draw against Comoros, one will argue it's